hold back moving forward because you're afraid of losing tradition. But you can't move forward without having tradition. What's up, boaters? I'm going to take a couple minutes today and talk to you guys about the Volare. Anytime you first get a canoe, you want to get in it and give it a try, but you want to make sure you're comfortable. Well, I'll give you a few tips. Number one, set the boat up in flat water. Make sure your seating is where you want it. Your legs are at the height you want, and the ama is set so that the canoe is not leaning right. You don't want to be tippy in a new canoe when you're trying it out for the first time. Tip number two is getting a feel for how the boat paddles. So every canoe has a different style of paddling for it. If you look at where I'm sitting right here and I have a Koa canoe next to me, this is my dad's canoe. This canoe likes a longer stroke. It has a longer water line. It likes it when you take the time in the water. Other canoes with shorter water lines, they like a higher rate because the boat sits down sooner, so you have to keep that rate up. Okay, with the Volare, you want to get out there and get a feel for the canoe. The Volare likes it when you take the time in the water and you sit on the back of the stroke a little bit. Once you do that, the canoe runs really nice and has good flat water speed. Sometimes it might feel like it's heavy and it may feel like it's not moving too fast, but if you take a GPS and you get out there and you do some tests with it, you will see that the flat water speeds on the Volare are very good. Number three is understanding the bump. Every canoe has a different time of takeoff. The Volare likes to take off late. If you go early, it won't go. So if your timing is to where you're used to hammering or forcing early on a bump, you're going to have a little bit of trouble. But if you're patient and understand and learn that the canoe picks up a little bit on the bump, you give it a few hits, it drops in. This, to me, is really good because it makes the surfing easier. If you understand the timing, you don't go too early, you know when to go, the ocean is actually helping you get on the bump. Less effort getting on the bump, and then once you're on the bump, especially with the Volare, the travel is really nice. And the top speeds we're seeing are really good. So you have maneuverability, you have travel on the bump, and you jump over the bump in front really easy with the Volare because of the tightness of the bow and the length of the water line. Once you get your canoe dialed in, you have it level, you're comfortable, you're stable, you've understood the type of stroke it likes and how to use it in the bump, then you can start playing with your weight distribution in this canoe. You have an adjustable foot brace and an adjustable seat. If you like to go a little early, you can move all your weight forward. It gives you a little quicker acceleration, hops you on the bump a little sooner. If you're really good at being patient, you can set it back a little bit farther on the weight. It gives you a little later takeoff, but you actually see a little more and you have less bow going into the water or purling. Smaller days, weight forward is what I like to do. Bigger days, I set the weight back a little bit, and that keeps my bow a little drier, but it also gives me time to have a little bit later takeoff, which I like because sometimes I'm a little lazy. Anyway, these are kind of the 4 tips to kind of get used to your Volare because it is a very different canoe, but you will find when you dial it in, it's very fast and it's very easy, and probably one of the most comfortable canoes out there.
So Johnny, if people are watching this, they should follow us where?
Into the ocean.
Into the ocean. That's a good one, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but Instagram would be good, and Facebook would be good too.
Yeah, that's good too, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.